Hola, amigos, and welcome to Spain Impossible. I am your host, Jim, and today we are talking the August updates. It is September 1st while I am filming this, and stick around to the end of this one because that's where I'm putting the blueprint update is at the end. And I'm going to share two things that I think really helped in August. So stick around till the end, but we're going to dive right in with, instead of a debt update, we're going to do a life changes update because I was working 3 to 11 as a dispatcher, and I have made the determination that I am going to go back to driving out on the road, which is actually a really good thing for me because I don't know if you know this, but I am definitely a lone wolf personality, and dealing with office politics and having to depend on other people to complete their work so I could get my work done just does not work for me. It's just not in my nature to be so dependent on other people, and it's very, very draining. So I am excited and I'm looking forward to it. It is going to be a change with the Fat Loss After 50 blueprint because I'm going to be very limited on abilities to cook and things like that. But I think I have a good plan in place, and I definitely have the habits of the blueprint built. So it's going to be an adventure, and I hope it will add to this channel. This may be one of the last times that you see the office environment behind me here. Because I will be out on the road and I will have to find locations to film in order to continue to provide content. With the blueprint, the debt, the Spain stuff, and I may mix in some stuff about wherever I happen to be at that particular time when I am filming. So hopefully that adds an air of interest to the channel, and I hope you enjoy it coming along with me out on the road. Now let's jump into Spain. What happened with Spain in August? Ooh, this is a good one. I have been thinking this whole time, my preference was the Costa del Sol, which runs from Nerja all the way down to Soto Grande in Spain on the southern coast. And I had picked out primarily probably Estepona, possibly Manilva area as a place I wanted to land in Spain. Well, through my research, I have stumbled on another place that is on the coast, but it is further up the coast. It is known as the Costa del Azahar. I think that's how you pronounce it. I didn't really check on the pronunciation in Spanish, but it is north of Valencia is where the Costa del Azahar is. And there is a little tiny town there. I'm a small town person, again, lone wolf personality. I would prefer to be in a smaller town, and I also want the genuine Spanish experience. So smaller towns tend to have more of that. Yes, there is tourism there, in July and August every year, but that's a whole different story. But there's a small town there called Peníscola. And even though it's spelled a little bit funny, one of the things that draws me there is not only, I think it's 5 kilometers of golden sandy beaches on one side and another beach on the other side that are both walkable from the town, because I don't plan on having a car. But the other thing is that there is a walled city with a castle, and it's still in incredibly good shape from the stuff that I've seen and read. And in case you couldn't tell from my artwork, I tend to be kind of in that fantasy line of things. So having a walled city and a castle that I can go and visit and sit and have fun at is amazing to me. And it's right on the coast with nice sandy beaches. So when I go to Spain next year, Number one spot is going to be Peníscola. I'm going to spend some time there checking that town out. And then the number two spot that I'm going to move down to is Estepona and the Manilva area to check that area out, because obviously I want to get the vibe of the area and see what goes on in the town. And I am going to be visiting in the off season so that I'll actually see what it's like with just the residents there. I'm not going to go there in high season, because high season is going to be high season. It doesn't matter where on the coast of Spain. High season is high season. There's going to be tourists everywhere, and that's fine. Deal with that during that period of time. But that's the update on Spain. Major, huge mind shift for me, because I was all geared towards Estepona, and all of a sudden Peníscola popped up in my radar, and I was like, what? Wait, what? Huh? And I had to check it out, and it is now honestly the number one place at this point in time. I'm continuing to research towns. It will definitely be along the coast of the Mediterranean. I'm not big on the Atlantic, and I'm definitely not big on being in the northern part of Spain. I live in the northern US, so I want to move to southern Spain, the coast on the Mediterranean. And that's it for the Spain update for this month. So I'm very excited about finding this new little town. But let's move into what happened with the blueprint in the month of August. Now, if you've been here this long, let's hit the old subscribe button, because this channel is about three main things, and all of them are going to be evolving and changing over time. And if you're interested in the weight loss stuff, the blueprint is on the channel, all for free, exactly the plan that I'm following and have followed, that has brought me to, get ready to smash the old thumbs up button here. I am down 60 pounds, 60 pounds at the end of week 20. That is 140 days. I have 40 more pounds to lose, and I'm not even to the 5-month mark yet. So I promised you at the beginning of this video that I would give you the two things that I believe helped me push the envelope in August, because in August, total amount down was 16.4 pounds. That is my best month yet by a long shot. And in my past, every time I got into the 25, 30 pounds lost, I would plateau, so that, it was 1 pound a month, 2 pounds a month. On this blueprint, I have not plateaued at all. In fact, I have been consistently 12, 13, 14 pounds, and now over 16 pounds. Amazing, 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 amazing. I feel amazing. I'm telling you, this is the easiest, simplest way I have ever lost weight in my life. And it works and continues to work, because along the way, we continue to tweak. And as you're continuing to tweak, things continue to improve. It's great. I feel amazing. But those two things, sorry, I got a little off track there. You know how I am. The number one thing that I believe helped me in the month of August is I continued to push my time restricted feeding window, where I was basically eating somewhere between 10 a.m. and 2 to 3 p.m. during the day. That was allowing me many hours before I went to bed, so that I was going to bed, and by the way, I'm sleeping better, sleeping in a fasted state. And then by not having breakfast right away in the morning when I woke up, because I'm pretty typically up between 6:30 and 7 most mornings, at least now, it gave me the added time I needed to do my walk in the morning, get my exercise in. And remember, my exercise is 90% walking. I just go for a half-hour walk every morning. And that allows me to get my walk in a fasted state, which is shown to increase fat burning for the next 24 hours. So that is the number one thing that I believe that helped me in the month of August to achieve, I think it's 4 pounds plus over July of weight loss. So the number two thing that I did, and this was just the last 2 weeks of August, I only did this for the last 2 weeks. I added in a 36-hour fast once per week. So on Monday night, my wife loves tacos. We have a taco night. I eat a little bit later in the day, usually around 6:30, 7 o'clock ish, than what I've been allowing myself with the time restricted feeding, trying to get back to like 2, 3 o'clock in the afternoon with my final meal of the day. So I eat a little bit later and I plan for 7 a.m. and then the whole next day, or yes, from 7 p.m. after I've completed dinner, I fast the entire next day, no food. I do take my supplements and I do have my teas because the teas are integral to this. I'm telling you, I have not lost weight like this until I added those 3 teas to the mixture. And they are not a magic bullet, but they certainly help your body process and get rid of that fat and continue to burn fat. So I've talked in step 8 and step 9 because I feel it's so important about fasting. So if you need to check those videos out, step 9 is really deep on the 36-hour fast because I decided to add it once per week. But I believe that those last 2 weeks pushed me over into that 16 pound because get this, the second to last week I was down 5 pounds and this past week I was down 4. So adding that one day, that 36 hours from dinner, skip the whole next day, and then have breakfast. It's actually more than 36 hours because I typically have breakfast around 10, 10:30. So it's 39 hours of fasting. But it's basically from dinner, skip a whole day. Breakfast is when you restart the next part of your week. But it's just one day a week. And it's super simple to do. The first couple times I did it way back when, I struggled with it. Now that I'm pushing my time restricted window back, it's so easy to just go, no, thank you, I'm fasting, and continue on with my day if I do get those hunger pangs. And the second week that I did it, I didn't even get the hunger pangs. I just drank my tea and had my supplements for the day and all good, no problems. So I believe that those two things really pushed August into, let's call it the record books, because it's the best weight loss month I have had so far. 16.4 pounds in the month of August, which is amazing to me. And to be 60 pounds down now, boom, man, my goal is 100. And I can already see from my body that, hey, I'm probably going to have to push on beyond the 100, but the 100 in a year is what this whole series started as. So I'm going to get to that 100. And the way it's looking right now, a lot faster than a year. So if you want to know more about that, check out the Fat Loss After 50 podcast here on the channel. That has all of the information about the blueprint completely free. Hop over to SpainImpossible.com under the tab The Health. There are a bunch of downloadable resources about some of the things that I use and do. Totally free. You don't even have to put in an email address because I don't need your email address. I don't have anything to sell you. I don't have a buy my pill. I don't have a, hey, hop on my webinar and at the end of it, I'll hit you up for $1,000 for, the real secret. No, I'm sharing it all with you guys for free. So I know this will change people's lives the way that it's changed mine. So if you got value from this, if you'd like to help support and keep the weight loss stuff at least free, 100% free, I do have a QR code I'll put up over here for a buy me a coffee. Go over there and buy me a coffee, buy me 3, buy me 5, whatever it is that you feel you got value for. I know how much personally I've spent in my life on diet pills and diet magic tricks and diet programs and all that kind of stuff. And that's why I want this to be free, because there were many times where I was struggling to make that payment and the shit didn't even work. So I I know this works, and you can see that it works, because go back and look at my first few videos. You'll see that my face is much narrower. My shoulders are narrower. I'm smaller, period. And it's not a trick of moving the camera. I am down 60 pounds and feeling incredible. So that's it for today, guys. I appreciate you hanging out with me. I appreciate all the comments that I get. Hey, drop me a comment. What was your favorite part of this episode? What is it that you're struggling with? Whatever it is that you feel on your heart, you need to share. And I love responding to comments, and I love bringing people into this community and bringing people into this program that seriously has changed my life. And I will catch you guys on the next one. Come along for the journey. It is going to be one hell of a journey, and it's just getting better from here on out. Hasta luego.